Annoyance is a kind of dosa or anger. You have to be a no-returner in order to get rid of all annoyance. No-returner is the third level of the Buddha's disciple, and it is possible for us to attain this level. And at this stage, the Buddha has given this sutta to help us coping with annoyance. You may experience that whenever annoyance occurs, the mind is unclear and discomfort and is heavy. And the mind that is heavy is like you're holding a rock with two hands. When two hands are holding a rock, you can't do anything else other than holding a rock unless you put it down. So 5 ways to put it down, or 5 ways to remove annoyance, are suggested here for your mind training. Firstly, you develop loving kindness. For some people, this might be difficult. That is why it requires you to practice. Whenever annoyance occurs, you should bring in loving kindness as much as you can, and use the wisdom to figure out why the person you feel annoyed with actually deserves to be happy, just like you. For example, a mother developed loving kindness for her crying baby. She doesn't feel annoyed at all when having loving kindness. So the mind works like this. When annoyance occurs, loving kindness cannot occur unless you bring it in. And loving kindness, whenever it occurs, annoyance cannot come in. So you just bring in loving kindness and try a bit. Try to practice, and then you'll find it's not a problem. Secondly, you also develop compassion. Think of how you maintain compassion towards the person you feel annoyed with. The wisdom will help. For example, when a baby is crying because it defecates, the mother just jump in and help with compassion, help to change a diaper. And that can be a metaphor for other cases too, that the mother has compassion, and compassion comes to prevent annoyance. Thirdly, you develop onlooking equanimity and maintain it towards the person that you are annoyed with, the things that you feel irritated or annoyed with. And in some situations, you are unable to help. For example, when you're in a meeting, you just have to be focused. You have to focus on the meeting's issue. So you just can't be off the topic. You have to you have to develop equanimity. You have to develop equanimity to help coping with annoyance when it occurs. Fourthly, you forget about the person and ignore things or behavior that irritates you. And you, in this case, you do something else rather than focusing on the things that irritates you. And you may ignore noise from the next door. You may ignore the person's behavior or the verbal behavior or whatever that irritates you. And finally, you follow the law of karma. Think that in a way that the person is responsible for his own deeds, and his deeds are his refuge. So bear in mind, any selection of the strategy to be used is dependent on the situation. So you have alternatives of loving kindness, compassion, equanimity, and ignoring or the law of karma. Now I hope you find it beneficial in this clip, and I think that you already got a strategy in your mind. I hope that you have a good time free from annoyance, and the mind that is free from annoyance and defilements is light, beneficial, and happy. So I hope you happy and find benefits from eliminating annoyance.